Hello my lovelies, welcome to my little cottage by the sea, the place where I love to stitch and craft my way to a vintage inspired and sustainable lifestyle. I have been thinking recently about a summer holiday, not actually going on a summer holiday, but I've been dreaming about a vacation and thinking about the clothes that I would take with me. I've been having so much fun planning a vintage inspired capsule wardrobe, and I just thought I'd share it with you and show you how I put together a vintage inspired capsule wardrobe to take on a dream vacation. As this is more of a fantasy vacation than a real one, although this vintage inspired capsule wardrobe that I've put together would work for quite a wide variety of holiday destinations, and I'm actually very interested in making this happen. I am going to go to one of my favourite places in the whole wide world, which is Venice, and as money is no object, I'll be going on the Orient Express. I'll be staying in the Hotel Daniele. I'll have my own private vaporetto in which to look chic and glam, and I will be spending a few days on the beautiful island of Lido. I'm going to need some outfits that are appropriate for some quite fancy cocktails in Harry's bar, for wandering around the incredibly beautiful city of Venice, and also some things that are appropriate for the beach. I've got some pattern picks here, and I've also selected some fabrics, and I think when I've worked out these different combinations to create this vintage capsule wardrobe, if you only make one of these garments in one particular fabric, I think I've worked out that you can get about 19 to 20 outfits with just that. So if you add in some other fabrics, etc., you will have even more room for fabulous outfits for your dream vacation. My first port of call when planning any new project is usually in Pinterest land, and this here is my summer board. It's made up of mainly 40s and 50s inspiration with some current Instagrammers and independent labels, but I'm also loving Lena Hoshek and Dolce & Gabbana for their very elegant and vintage feeling summer style. Next up is patterns, and I go through my own pattern collection to see if there's anything that is inspiring me that fits with pieces that I've identified on my summer board that I'd like to wear in my Venetian dream holiday, made up really from vintage repro patterns and my own patterns that I have pattern cut and sell on my shop. My first pattern pick is Simplicity 8654, and you get 3 garments in this pattern which are interchangeable, which I really love. I've also added in a couple of extra variations of the top, one a dolman sleeve pattern hack and the other just the addition of my 1930s sleeve. I've decided to use a black and then an ivory or off-white linen base fabric with all these different prints from Liberty that I love. I particularly love this pink. How amazing in a little beach suit, play suit. You could do a set in either the off-white or the black and then another set in one of the prints, and I am very attracted to this black colourway of this very classic Liberty print, the name of which escapes me at the moment. You also get the skirt, so you could do that in a base solid colour and then maybe a set in one of the prints. Then you've got a lot of options to wear the print top, maybe with a solid skirt. I would like to use linens and rayons because Italy and Venice is very warm in the summer, But to make this a more dressy outfit, you could opt for one of the Liberty silks or crepe de chines. Beautiful against the skin, a really lovely luxury piece for your capsule wardrobe, and you would be able to wear it while you're having cocktails somewhere. This one pattern gives you so many coordinating options, and with a couple of pattern hacks you have even more. I'm very tempted to turn these shorts into maybe culottes or trousers. Next up is Simplicity 8645, and I'm interested in Design B, this little halter neck top. Not a style I'd normally wear, but it's very Sophia Loren and La Dolce Vita. I think I would make this in one of the prints or a couple of the prints. This very classic Carline Rose print by Liberty is beautiful, and if you made this top with maybe the skirt from the previous pattern, that would look really, really beautiful, as I've doodled it here to demonstrate, as a sundress, but then actually you've got two separate pieces. I really like this idea of making matching coordinates that you can turn into dresses or jumpsuits, and then you can just use the little dolman tie-up from the previous pattern as a cover-up. And here the top is styled with the shorts. And then I think you are going to need a couple of dresses on your holiday. So I really like a tea dress, and this Colette pattern, how wonderful were Colette patterns, is a really lovely example. I've not made it, but I think you could have a lot of fun making this in a print with a coordinating print as piping of some kind. I've highlighted these three prints as possible options, but in a cool crisp off-white linen this would be spectacular, and then possibly you could pipe the edges with the stripe and do cover buttons. Here is my tried and true absolute love, the Greta blouse and dress. It's a patternless pattern. I take you through how to pattern cut directly onto fabric, and I've made so many versions of this. I absolutely love it. I would love to make it in this black print. I've already made it in a black linen, which you'll see in a minute. Alongside choosing some really fabulous tried and true patterns and maybe a couple of vintage pieces, especially if you're going to go to, say, the casino, I might push the boat out and buy some kind of vintage fabulous confection. But one of the other things that really extends and makes your capsule wardrobes work for you are accessories. So I will be adding in some vintage belts and bags, some espadrilles, some lovely leather sandals, maybe a fun bag from Lulu Guinness, and maybe some lovely shoes from Charlotte Olympia, or memory shoes, some sandals, all comfortable, because you do end up doing a lot of walking in Venice, even if you do choose to take the gondolier to all the delightful places that you can visit. I would pack my giant ruffle tote bag here, which is a Patreon project which I put up for my beautiful patrons sometime last year, I seem to remember. There's so much over there, I find it hard to remember what actually is there, but there is a full tutorial on how to do this. Pop all of your beach things in here, huge sun hat, and then go and sit at the really lovely Art Deco beach cafe on the beach in Lido and have an amazing cocktail. And I would also be making some of my Ingrid belts, which is a new Patreon project. It's a PDF pattern download, 1940s inspired multi-size belt, and you can make that in all sorts of materials. You can embellish it, and quite cleverly, I'm saying quite cleverly, but if you do it different fabrics on each side, you make it reversible. So again, it will work even harder in your capsule collection. I really love quick and speedy stash busting patterns like my Ingrid belt accessory patterns, and here is my Greta dress made in a really lovely black linen. And the Ingrid belt made up of not one of the fabrics that I'm particularly loving for my vintage capsule, but just to show you, made from another Liberty print, 1930s print called Honeymoon, which is no longer available. And I've actually made this reversible, so it really does take you quite a long way. You could use 2 different prints from your selection, and then you've got 2 different belts for your holiday. Saves on a little bit of space in your Louis Vuitton luggage trunk. You can also make a Greta blouse in a linen or one of the prints and mix and match that with the skirt from the first Simplicity pattern. I can't ever remember the numbers, even though I've literally just said it. But you could do those in the solid colour, maybe the black or the ivory, and then mix it with the blouse, which you could also embroider. And then I may not actually need another skirt, but this is my Calypso skirt, another paperless pattern. It's a really full tiered skirt with an elasticated waist, which is perfect for summer holidays and potential eating lots of gelato. You might need some elastication. This also looks great with the Ingrid belt, and you could do the tiers in different prints and get a patchwork effect, which you could then match to embroidery on a linen Greta blouse. Really, really love this, and also it looks like a dress. I'd also make a pair of wide leg trousers. These are the Lucille trousers by Gertie on her Patreon, which I've recently been making and absolutely love. I'd make them, I think, in the off-white ivory, and I have this really beautiful mother of pearl shell here because I think I'd match all my accessories to that sort of mother of pearl and pale gold colourway, so all the jewellery would match too. You could make this in silk as well, a set in silk with this tie top and the trousers, and then you'd look amazingly chic in Harry's bar drinking a martini or an espresso martini. Make the trousers in linen and the little halter neck top in linen, and you have a wonderful 1930s style jumpsuit. And here is one of my favourite pieces that I make, a very heavily hacked blouse from the Simplicity 8447, really beautiful in Tana lawn, and looks amazing with the Lucille trousers, also giving you a slightly jumpsuit look, but it gives you a slightly more formal outfit and would also look amazing in crisp off-white linen. I'm really going to have to go and buy an awful lot of fabric after putting this video together because I feel really, really inspired. And how about making the shorts in the linen too? And then you have this wonderful 1940s style play suit. I have to say a little apology to you because I've realised how shaky the camera is while I've been filming this. All I can say is that I was overcome with excitement, and I hope that it hasn't been too distracting for you. I will endeavour to improve my steady hand. Styled up with some lovely wedge espadrilles and a really fun bag. I particularly love the wicker Frida Kahlo Carmen Miranda bags by Lulu Guinness. This would be a fabulous outfit, and here made in a silk, the halter neck and Calypso skirt could look incredible. And then you can also style the Greta blouse with the Lucille trousers, so yet another outfit. That's the key really to a capsule wardrobe. Every single piece has to work within the whole entire collection, which you can see here. I do love doodling these little tech drawings. Here are the bottoms, the shorts, the trousers, and 2 skirts. You may want to just have 1 skirt really. A couple of dresses, which one is formal and the other is a little bit more summery bohemian. You could, of course, treat yourself to a lovely vintage piece if you like. And then we have all the top options, so 3 really of the same top, and then a more formal blouse, a halter neck and a Greta blouse, which you can embroider or make out of vintage fabrics, whatever your heart desires. And then this collection of Liberty fabrics that I'm loving in a pink, white and black colourway. I probably wouldn't buy all of them, but seeing as money is no object for this dream vacation, I most probably will. I've had so much fun working on my vintage inspired capsule collection for my fantasy vacation. I really feel that I'm going to have to make these fantasy items become a reality at some point, and I really feel like I need to pop that on my bucket list, a trip to Venice with a capsule wardrobe and my own private vaporetto. Thank you so much for spending time with me here in my little cottage by the sea, and if you haven't already subscribed and you're enjoying what I'm doing here, then please do. It's really lovely to share my sewing adventures with you. I hope that wherever you are in the world, my lovelies, you're keeping very safe and well. Till next time, bye.